Hello my little insecure unconfident followers watching this video. I'm kidding. Hello ladies and genitals. Today we're going to be addressing all things insecurity, body dysmorphia, accepting yourself, not liking your body, not liking your face, like wanting to change things, etc. When I did research for what video I should film this week, on YouTube in your analytics there's like a little tab called inspiration, and essentially it shows what your followers and viewers have been searching the most that month. Guys, the #1 search thing was all about insecurities. How do I like my face? How do I feel confident even though I think I'm ugly? You know, around once every year I make a video like this, and you know why? It's because I usually go through a period at least once per year where I am not liking myself, or physically I'm experiencing a lot of body dysmorphia. And every year I need to come up with new strategies to work around this and new perspectives to frame things and see things. So let's start off with the beauty standard. The beauty standard is something that's set by the media and it's something that changes constantly. For example, in the 90s, it was heroin chic. It was literally looking like a twig. And then in the past, I'd say like 10 years, there had been a gradual shift towards more voluptuous BBL style bodies, which was perpetuated by Kim Kardashian, Kylie Jenner, like pretty much that entire group. Now they've removed their BBLs and you see that again the beauty standard is going back towards being thin, and that's why the use of Ozempic is rising now. The point here is there is always going to be another beauty standard, always. I saw a post the other day and it was showing before and afters of celebrities who have done work to themselves. And the first thing I thought when I saw this post was actually that all those celebrities they had shown in 2010, they were still considered to be the beauty standard and they were still incredibly beautiful. But this post was basically saying, everyone needs to glow up, we all need cosmetic enhancements, these people, they know the power of pretty privilege, which is why they did this to look better. No, they were gorgeous back then and they are gorgeous now. They just adapted to the new standard. You cannot always chase a beauty standard unless you're fundamentally insecure. Timeless beauty, it's actually that face that looks pretty untouched. The natural type of beauty. Like think of Emmy Rossum, Jessica Alba. Even someone like not as classically beautiful as them. I'm not gonna name names because that's just cruel. But it's the smile they wear, it's the kindness of their heart. And I know that sounds really silly, but it's true. You should not be chasing a beauty standard. You should actually just try to make yourself look better. So if you want to do all of these enhancements, instead of like, you know, going to your doctor and taking a photo of Kylie Jenner, I want her lips, I want Madison Beer's nose, Wolfie Cindy's nose, which every girl has and now they all look the same. We'll get into that in a little bit. Why don't you just do things that will look good for you, that will make you the most attractive version of you, because there is no one else out there like you. And that doesn't mean getting surgeries. It can mean like enhancing the way you do your makeup, you know, regularly getting hair trims so you don't have split ends, or getting a haircut that, you know, frames your face more, working out so you have a better body, just enhancing what you currently have instead of trying to be someone else. Like comparison is really, really pointless. And if you're trying to just be universally beautiful, that is a desire stemming from the ego. The ego cannot handle that some people are not going to find you beautiful. The ego feels so insecure and lacks so much validation that it just wants everyone to say that you are beautiful, and that is really unhealthy. Guys, it doesn't matter if you are not the current beauty standard or you think you're objectively unattractive. I'll tell you now, there is at least many people in the world who think you're attractive. I was not going to say at least one because that's actually statistically incorrect. There's probably a lot because we all have such different tastes in people. And also we're thinking about this from more of a spiritual perspective. You don't want to be attractive to everyone because you don't want to attract everyone into your life. You want to attract the right people into your life, the right people who think you are good looking or they like your energy and therefore they come into your life. And those are the people who are going to stay and who are going to like you for you. In the peak of like my body dysmorphia, I don't have body dysmorphia, I have face dysmorphia. And I think that comes with just doing YouTube for a long time and having to look at myself on camera all the time. When I did my meditation retreat in Bali like a month ago, I didn't wear any makeup, I didn't look in the camera for like days, I didn't look in the mirror. When I came back and I saw photos of myself, I saw myself in the mirror, I saw how I looked on video, my mind, it kind of like reset. It was kind of like seeing myself for the first time again. And I just remember thinking, Simone, like, you need to be kinder to yourself, because what the fuck? Like, you don't really have anything to trip about. I was like, you need to stop, girl. And then afterwards, I actually didn't even wear makeup for like 2 weeks, which is something not common for me because since I was like 13, I've worn makeup. I've worn foundation because I had acne growing up. So it was so natural for me to just mask and cover up. It was such a subconscious thing. When you wake up every day and you wear that makeup, it makes you feel better, but eventually you kind of forget what it's like to just be you, to just look like your raw, authentic self. And if you're dating someone and you're afraid, oh, is he gonna like me without makeup? I look so ugly without makeup on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. 1, you probably look a lot better than you think. 2, that is how you were born. This is how you came to earth. That quote, and it's like, your face is the combination of thousands of people who have loved each other. It has history. Your face has history. And it's literally you. Like, this is you. You need to accept that and have that love for yourself, knowing that this is how I came to earth. This is how I was born. Getting over, you know, disliking your appearance, it's not something that's going to dramatically shift overnight. It's these slow, steady improvements and tips that you need to implement every single day. You know, if you've been disliking how you look for a very long time, it's going to be very hard to just one day wake up, look in the mirror and be like, hey, you are like gorgeous. But it can happen and you can get to that level. But you really need to implement everything, guys. And if you think you have some deeper psychological issues, because body dysmorphia does run pretty deep, it may be worth getting a therapist. Therapy can help you get to the root issues of why do you not dislike yourself. It might not actually be that you don't like your face or you don't like your body. It can be because you don't believe that you deserve to be appreciated, and that maybe you don't work out or you don't try to get better because you feel like you don't deserve to be healthy, you don't deserve to take care of yourself. It's so deeply rooted in our subconscious mind why we think this way, why we behave a certain way. Therapy can really help you through this, or at least getting a better understanding. And honestly, you don't need to be clinically ill to get therapy. You can simply use it for another perspective to help reshape the way you're thinking and to just have someone there helping you through difficult times. You don't need to do therapy forever. I'm going to stop doing therapy now because I feel like I kind of don't need it anymore. Like, it has taught me so much. I know how to self-regulate, I've got the resources. I don't have anything bad to talk about anymore. It's there to use as a crutch during a difficult time. BetterHelp is a paid partner of this video, and they are on a mission to make starting therapy easier and also more accessible. BetterHelp is a platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively and get the most out of therapy. They even have a journaling section and also group therapy. Starting therapy with BetterHelp is super easy. All you need to do is fill out a questionnaire and you'll be matched to a therapist in as little as a couple of days. If you don't like your therapist, you can also switch completely free of charge. They make sure that the therapists are well qualified, and their customer support team is always there to help you if you have any questions. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5-star rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. So go to my link right here to get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. After that retreat, I was super comfortable wearing no makeup. I mean, I've worn no makeup on camera many times and I don't really think much of it, but there's still that like back of the mind thought where you're like, oh, this feels really unnatural to me. How are people going to react? People don't really react. And the people who do, they're literally just projecting their own insecurities. So here's an exercise for you. Start looking in the mirror every day. Okay, try to limit how often you look in the mirror. Try to limit how often you're taking photos of yourself, looking at yourself. Like, do an exercise 4 or 5 days and you will see what you look like afterwards. Sometimes we tie a part of our identity so much to like a certain feature. You guys know what happened to me in Dubai? Some bitch butchered my hair on purpose. Insert video here.
You claim that you're so hot, and you say you got skills in the bedroom.
It's been 2 months now. It's still not really grown back. That's why my hair is a bit uneven. But I chose at the time, I'm not going to let this affect me. I'm like, I'm so much more than my beauty, than my face, than my hair, whatever. And that kind of helped me detach from how my hair looked. And I also was thinking like, oh, if I go on a date, he's gonna like judge my hair and he's not gonna like me. And I had to clock That is absolutely stupid thinking, because why would I even want to date a person who is so superficial that they're entirely focused on my appearance versus what is on the inside? You know, girls, we go on a date and we always make sure everything is perfect. Our nails are done, our hair is done, our outfit is perfect. And then if there's like a little thing wrong, we feel insecure. Oh no, I don't look perfect because it's a shield. Oh no, he's not gonna like me anymore. First of all, dating's a different video, but we shouldn't be focused on how someone else is going to judge our appearance. As long as you look put together and like presentable to the world and your best version of yourself, that's enough. How pretty someone thinks you are, that's not important. And if you are expecting that reaction and also you go into a situation thinking like that, it is incredibly toxic and you are not doing yourself justice. Additionally, if someone doesn't like you because they think, oh, your hair looks bad today, or like you're not wearing enough makeup, or like you have acne, they are not someone you want to be around. Not compare a lily to a rose, because they are so beautiful in their own unique ways. And it's true, you can't. They have different qualities. You can't compare it. I think about all my friends and honestly, I could not even rank them in terms of their beauty because of how much I know them as a person. Because that's also how much our vibe, our energy, our values, who we are plays into our appearance. It sounds so cliche, but if you are a terrible person, it doesn't matter how much beauty you have in your face, you're gonna lose it one day, but also it's going to show on your face as well. There is no point comparing ourselves because you also don't know how much work someone else has done to their face or the privileges they have that you didn't have. You should compare yourself to who you want to be and the person you can become. Going back to the beauty standard, there are just some things we shouldn't do to ourselves because it won't look good. Example, I'm thin and I'm tall. I'm never going to get a BBL. I'm never going to get that huge gym butt. It's not going to look good on me. What would look good for me is a body more like this as opposed to this. I live in Dubai, a place where literally everyone looks like this. And I do not feel pressure actually to look like this. I go out to the beach club with my flat ass and I feel confident because this is me. You know what? It actually has worked in my favor not looking like this in a city that is predominantly like this because I attracted the right people. There's so many times people have come up to me and we've become great friends, or even like dates where they're like, oh, I just kind of could tell you don't have this Dubai vibe, get a rich man basically, and they have like no ambition, they're not really doing anything, they're quite airheaded. People can tell. They like come up to me, they're like, you don't give me that impression, whether that is just sort of physicality or vibe. But hey, I knew that was my superpower. Sometimes it pays to be different and to stand out. It's also important to acknowledge how much our body does for us. We need to appreciate that this is the body that's keeping us alive and we can't neglect it. Whenever I have been cruel to myself, I criticize myself and I'm like, oh, like you could be better, like you should do this, you should do that. God, like I'm so sorry, Simone. I'm so sorry. I have put you through this and I said this to you because you're doing so much for me. And it is my duty to take care of you and to take care of my health. Don't forget that every insecurity you have, it comes from the media. And it comes from brands as well, having very strategic marketing practices so that they can profit off your insecurity. It's like, what is the new insecurity of the month? Do you remember when it was thigh gaps back in 2016? I remember when I was 16, I wouldn't even wear a skirt that summer unless my thigh gap was like 3 centimeters wide, which is so fucking stupid. And then now it's like, do you speak with your top teeth, your bottom teeth? What is your interocular distance? How thick is your hair? TikTok comes up with a new one every month, and that's why we have overconsumption of products and so many new products going viral on the market because of this. There's always a fucking new insecurity. You know, I'm not actually mad about the whole looksmaxxing thing for men, because men are finally getting a taste of what it feels like to be a woman and to have that pressure of constantly needing to be better, to buy new things, to look a certain way. At least guys now, hey, they're actually trying to improve their appearance. And now everyone's just looking hotter. Is it a good thing? I don't know, debatable. We also need to look at our own maladaptive thought patterns. So when I am in my periods of body dysmorphia, I notice I will excessively hyper-focus on little things on my face, and I will look at photos on my camera roll, like comparing, when did it start? Is it changing? This is not healthy. So if you're doing a behavior like that, which is very common with body dysmorphia, we need to cut it out. Guys, try the no mirror thing, try the no photos, and if you can, throw in no social media, because during that meditation retreat, I didn't have any social media. And coming out of it, I felt so connected to myself, and I felt so appreciative of my body and just who I am. I noticed though, people who have a lot of insecurities, they tend to project, so they will look to see if other people have this insecurity or that flaw. And what I can say is, if you have a friend who's constantly doing that to you and they're audibly and visually doing it, it's probably a good idea to distance from them, because they will make you feel even more insecure. And I was going through my YouTube comments on the last video to see if there's anything else I can add. Someone said, saying like, you know, personality is more important is kind of like saying, oh, you're ugly, but like, don't be sad about it. Think about this, okay? If personality can add a lot to who you are, okay? This is a personality bar, looks bar. Someone who's hot can have a bar up here for hotness, and then their energy, who they are, it's down here. That's gonna average out. Boom, they're not really hot anymore. While if you're actually like that, you can still be like that. Now, if you're just average, you can still become like that. You see what I mean? And if you really hate yourself, I'm not gonna preach self-love. Get a fucking therapist. Like, actually get a therapist. You know, if you are going to get surgery in a good country like Australia, they will actually make you go see a psychologist, because body dysmorphia, for example, is a psychological issue. And if you just fix one thing, you're going to find something else to fix later on, and it will just be like never ending. So surgery is not always the answer, unless you know, oh my God, for my whole life I've had a nose hump. But otherwise, it's not really advisable, and you can go down a pretty dark path. So to conclude, guys, don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person who you can be and you can look like. The beauty standard, it's forever changing. Don't bother trying to keep up with it. You know what is timeless? Being healthy, looking like the best version of you, doing things for you which will make you the best version of you. What is that sentence? I need ChatGPT to like reconstruct that into a better sentence. Try to accept your body, your face, what God gave you, what the universe gave you, what your parents gave you, and just understand that beauty is so surface level, and anyone who makes you feel bad for your appearance, they are shallow, and they are often just projecting how they feel about themselves onto you. And also take a step back and think, how much is my ego involved in this? Like, does my ego want more to look better because of insecurity, or because you just have a need to be better than others, to look like the prettiest? And that actually ties back to insecurity, but that's another video for next time. Anyways, guys, I love you. I hope this video really helped you, and I will see you next week. Don't forget, I'm uploading on my second channel every week on Thursday or Friday, so tomorrow. Bye. Ich liebe dich. Tschüss.
Fear fun, fear love, and shout of dogs forever. Do stronger for you. Norman Rockwell. No hype under, it's just me and you. I gotta miss you on my list. Venice bitch. Of the neighborhood kids. Sun up, baby, kiss, kiss. You're in the yard, I like the fire, and as the summer fades away, nothing I can say. You right eye to we make it work. You're beautiful and I'm insane. We're American made. Give me Hallmark. One dream under the one lover. Make me happy and blue. Norman Rockwell. No high under. I'll cover this right. It's just me and you. Oh God, miss you on my list. It's me, a little Venice bitch. On the street with the neighborhood kids. Sunning off, they think you're in the yard. I like the fire as the summer fades away. Do you think we can say? You right eye to we make it work. American made. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sunning off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Signing off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Oh God, miss you on my lips. Gives me a little kind of spit. On the street with the neighborhood kids. Signing off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Signing off, bang bang, kiss kiss. Yeah. Hanging around now, you're about coming over. Oh God, it's on my list. It's me, a little Venice bitch. Touch me with your fingertips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. Back in the garden, we're getting high now because we're older. And I love my diamonds, better rings and a clover. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, 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 whatever, everything, ever. Whoa, whoa, whatever. Me, myself, I like diamonds, better rings and a clover. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. Over and over, honey. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love.